I would recommend this course to everybody. I think it's good for new agents like myself.
I wanted to learn the secret that all agents had, all successful agents had. And I got more than that.
Another day one. Monday, another day one. Start every single day as if it was your first day, and you'll be successful.
Signature!
Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's have some cheers here. Come on. There we go. Another great morning. Congratulations for making it here to become part of the studio audience at Signature Real Estate Group for our great weekly meeting. I'm Tom Blanchard. I'm apparently the managing broker here, so congratulations if you're from this office. If not, you should be here, right? So today I'm going to start off with Nikita from Prosperity Lending. Nikita, come on up right over here so you can be on the microphone and they can hear you because you're so soft-spoken. And give us what's up with lending today?
Hi. Well, lots going on. Has anyone been watching the market?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was going to have a thing on the screen, but I didn't know that this office didn't have that hookup. So I'm just going to explain it.
Yes.
It's my fault. I didn't know.
My fault.
I didn't know. So if anyone wants the market update sheet, just let me know and I'll email it to you. But obviously, everyone knows that Silicon Bank has shut down, right? Well, yeah. So when that happened, the Treasury actually did a lot better. And why? The yields were down the lowest it's been in a while because Treasury bonds are safer assets. So people are pulling their money out and they're putting them into Treasury bonds. What happened in the mortgage market, I have the chart, but if everyone wants to see it, let me know. From that time until the end of last week, rates got so much better because mortgage-backed securities move with Treasury bonds because they're both long-term instruments, right? So we saw a good increase in the mortgage rates because of that. Now, there's been a lot of discussions with Chase Bank, the president and CEO of Chase Bank and Citigroup, and a lot of the other big banks talking about what can we do to help some of these other smaller banks that are looking like they might crash too, so we get a hold of these bank runs. Because of that, people are starting to have a little bit more confidence. They're taking some of their money back out of the Treasury. So we've seen some pullback in rates. Today and yesterday, they were down a little bit. We have the federal meeting tomorrow. Now, their policy has always been, let's create like a small, soft landing kind of recession. But what's happening, banks are failing. So it's not, it's not a soft landing
Great
anymore.
soft landing.
Right. So Powell was saying there was going to be a 50 basis point hike before the bank failed. Now that there's been a bank failure, I don't think there's going to be anything more than a 25 basis point hike, but maybe there's not going to be any at all. Barry Habib with MBS Highway is saying there shouldn't even be Fed hikes anymore. What they should be doing is coming up with a policy to save these failing banks and redirect their direction or their focus. So tomorrow will be really telling on what rates do next. We did see them go back down to high fives, low sixes during that temporary, time. Now they're going back up a little bit, but they're not all the way back to 7%. So be on the lookout for tomorrow. That'll really tell what rates will do for the next couple months.
Very nice.
Because of this USB buying that Credit Suisse.
USB getting bigger?
Yeah. What does that mean? Does that have any effect?
I really don't know what effect that's going to have yet. Like I said, really right now we're looking at what's going to happen with the Fed meeting tomorrow. I haven't seen much on that lately. My husband trades bonds too for a living, and he hasn't seen too much of that kind of having an effect yet. But I'll keep an eye out and I'll let you know what's happening. Yeah. So, and mortgage rates did open up bad Monday, Tuesday, so it might be one of the reasons. But also, anytime
when a bank fails, rates go down. A bank can say rates go up.
Yeah.
I love this system.
it's a crazy time. So, yeah. Well, that is your mortgage moment, guys.
Any other questions? Worries, concerns? Cool. Thank you.
All right, you're welcome.
Thank you. So I also have to thank Ticor Title for being here. I believe it's Ashley and Jeremy are here. Give a big wave hi. Okay, hi. Good deal. Thank you for being here. Next, I wanted to call this Janet's blank corner, but I just call it Janet's notes. Come on up, Janet. Yes.
Janet.
It's called Janet stuff. First of all, to be honest, I'm really kind of disappointed in how many of our almost 600 agents have signed up to bowl in the LVR charity bowling tournament on Friday, April 7th, 9 a.m. to noon at Sunset Station. So I'm here today. If you're here, I'm willing to take your $25, which all goes to charity. If you're not here, I should be in the office all day Wednesday, all day Thursday, all day Friday, unless I decide to go get lunch. And then if I do, I always bring it back to the office. I won't be gone more than 15 minutes. Friday doesn't count because Friday morning I am turning in the list of bowlers that I have because they're almost out of lanes. So if you're interested in bowling, please let me know. Give me your $25. They've changed the registration a little bit. Used to, we had to fill out a form for each person that was bowling, and you could put a credit card number down. Now it's one form, and it says, how many people are you bringing? Well, I would like to have at least, we've had up to 9 teams. I'd like to have at least 5 teams. We have 1 plus 1 at the moment. And I'm not willing to put all your money on my credit card, so bring me $25. And that's all I have.
That was it.
Thank you.
Look, if you haven't gone to the bowling tournament at LVR, it is a blast to see a bunch of your fellow realtors who are in, well, shaped like me, and can't bend over to even pick up a ball. So it's interesting to watch them waddle on up and throw that ball down the lanes and then think that they did really, really good because they got the ball halfway down there. So, well, yeah, plus the bar is open. It is an imbibing kind of atmosphere. So if you want to have some fun, sign up to go bowling today and, contribute to a good cause. Yes?
Is it accompanied by, are the teams put together by company?
Oh, yeah, you select who you're bowling with, because otherwise there'd probably be fights, right? We can't put the Crips and the Bloods together. It won't happen. All right, so today, holy mackerel, I got a whole long time. So today, we're going to talk about how to increase your business for when you get a listing, right? You got a listing, congratulations. Now what, right? How do you parlay that listing to get more business, be it buyers or sellers, right? And there are, 4 different sections of the listing process that will allow you to find ways, creative ways, to become top of mind to other people, but to help garner business, because you're going to have something to say to other people, right? One of the biggest gripes anybody has about being a real estate agent is, I don't know what to say. Well, here are some great ways to do that, right? So we get the listing, and they're not quite ready to list, and there's a whole pre-marketing phase that goes on. And think about doing a teaser coming soon video for social media or a post, right? Let them know that this thing's coming on the market, right? And the idea is to get people to realize that you're in the business, right? Unless you can afford, and I say this all the time, unless you can afford a billboard on the side of the freeway, you need to let people know what you do by finding out people that have your need, right? All those thousands of people that drive up and down the I-15 that see the billboard, they say, no, don't need it, don't need it, don't need it. But there are the few that drive up and go, oh, you know what? Maybe I should call this person because I need to sell or buy a home, right? So unless you have that ability, you've got to come up with other ways to let those folks know that are thinking about becoming a realtor or becoming buyers or sellers that you're the person that they need to call to get that job done, right? That's what the marketing part's all about, right? And so you have a coming soon video and you say something as simple as this. Oh my goodness, I can't wait to share the details about my listing that'll be coming to the market soon, right? If you or someone you know is looking for a 3-bedroom home with a pool located on the west side, message me to be one of the first people to receive the details once they're all available, right? 1, it teases them. 2, has a call for action, right? And if you're not tagging your stuff with a call to action, you're missing the little piece to get them to move off of the I don't know part to the, I got to call this person because this person has everything that I need. Okay? Now, you've done that. You're still in the pre-marketing phase. You know, everybody understands what circle prospecting is, right? Yeah.
Speak to there are MLS rules when it comes to coming soon though, correct?
Uh-huh. Did you hear me tell you an address?
Well, but there,
You have to have it listed. Let's not get into the minutia of the MLS rules, right?
very,
It's a coming soon listing.
But does it have to be listed as coming soon?
Yes. If you're advertising it to the public, it's got to be in the coming soon MLS stuff and all that good malarkey, right? And there are other lawsuits from other agents in other states that are saying that that's unfair and we shouldn't have to do that, but that's another story. That's a whole other hour, right?
Do that next time. We'll do that next time.
Yeah. All right. So circle prospecting. You know, calling the neighbors near your new listing during the prep time is a great way to get people thinking about selling their house because you've seen this, right? You've driven a neighborhood and one sign goes up, or even in your neighborhood, right, which is even more irritating. Someone's sign goes up and then all of a sudden there's 3 other signs, right? So make sure that if one sign goes up, you get the other signs up too, right? And by that is calling them up and look, it's all about getting folks to know you, like you, and trust you to do the business, right? Because I know, other than car salespeople, no one does business with people they don't know or don't like or don't trust, right? They're the only ones that we actually have to go to a place and buy something from and that we may not like, may not trust, and, you know, don't want to do the business there, but you got to because you want to buy a car, right? So a simple script is, hey, this is Tom Blanchard with Signature Real Estate Group, and I'm calling the neighbors near blank Elm Street to let you know that we are about to list the home for sale. We want to make sure the neighbors have this information first and that you have the opportunity to choose your new neighbor in case you have a family member or friend who might be interested in buying a home in your neighborhood. Would you like the details on this home to pass on to anyone? Right? Again, not asking them, but asking them if they know somebody else. Not a sales pitch, right? 2 different kind of psychological things. You know, let them know that you'll be glad to keep them informed about the sale and the home, you know, since it will affect their home value, right? Because that's what sales do. It either brings them up or brings them down. If their home doesn't come up during your conversation, a great closing line is simply this. You know, we anticipate a lot of activity on this home. I'd be the worst real estate agent in the world if I didn't at least ask if there is a price where you would consider selling your home, right? They get a little bitchy about it, and some do, and some don't. Just say, I understand, you know, I'm not trying to be pushy, but I would not be a salesperson if I didn't at least ask the question, right? It's your relief valve to relieve any kind of issues if the person you're talking to gets upset. So now, you've called around. Now you take your butt down to the neighborhood and you continue your circle prospecting by knocking on the doors, right? And what a great conversation. 1, you talk to them on the phone, and 2, you talk to them in person because you're doing a job. If they're even thinking about selling their home, who are they going to call? someone that does the work, right? So great way to build rapport. Be yourselves. Scripts are great to help you internalize what you should be saying, but I can guarantee you, and you can tell me that's a cold read for me, right? If you internalize the verbiage and make it your own, you'll be able to have the conversations that you need to have with those potential home sellers and not sound so canned, right? I remember when I was doing listing presentations back in the old days, and I'd sit down with the folks and I'd say, so I got a question for you. Would you like my canned presentation or would you like to hear what's really going on? And what do you think they said? 100% of the time, they said, just tell me what's going on. I don't need the canned presentation. I've already heard it 2 other times, right? And so, I had one, but it was so much easier to be myself and say, do you really want this sales job? Because no one likes being sold. Well, they want to be sold, but they just don't want you to be trying to sell them, right? Don't have commission breath, and I've said that one before, so I'm okay with saying it. Don't have commission breath of trying to get the business just because they have a way of putting money in your pocket, right? Be the consultant, be the person that can help them out. Don't be that salesman that everybody hates, okay? So, you did this great job of putting together a video as a teaser for your coming soon. Don't stop just in the normal platforms of social media. Send it out to your database, right? Simple thing of sending them out and tagging it with the fact, with an email, right? An email, a bomb email that has the video attached to it. But then, hey, I thought you might be interested in this. If you might know somebody that wants to move into this area, please let me know, right? So use your database to help send out that teaser video. All right. Also, you all should have some hot prospects, right? Some people that want to buy within the next, say, week or 30 days, right? You should be sending that same video to them and saying, hey, this came up. I just wanted to let you know show you what is currently coming back on the market. I just listed this. It might fit your needs. It might not, but I wanted to let you know because I want to keep you informed of what's happening in the market, right? Don't be a private spy and secret agent in real estate. Thank you. Let people know what you're doing and how you're doing it, and make sure that you're doing it better than everybody else. Because if you're doing it like everybody else, you're not going to make it in this business, right? Let's face it. There are a lot of people that are just doing what they have to do to try to get along, and next thing you know, their bank account's drained and they're out of the business. Don't be that agent, right? Now, they're ready to list. It's going live in the MLS, okay? You should let everybody know via video. Once again, this is marketing goldmine. Start with a great video that goes through the property, right? And we're going to get into some other stuff later on about how to increase the packaging of that video. But do that video, and always when you post it on there, you need a call to action, right? Always include a line that asks your contacts, your connections, to please share the details about this listing with anyone they know that is considering buying a home, right? Again, that somebody else telling somebody else about a property is so beneficial because their guard is down, right? You tell somebody, oh shit, you're just trying to make $1, right? But a friend of a friend tells them, all of a sudden, it's very well received and they're more receptive to it, all right? And it also starts tagging people in Facebook. And if you're not going through those posts of your homes that you put up there for sale, what the heck did you post it for? You should be going back through those folks that somebody else tags and DMing them and saying, hey, I saw Joni tag you about the home on da 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 da. Is there anything else I can tell you about it? Are you looking for a home? Is there something I can help you with? Do you have a need? You know, that way it's almost like a referral, right? Because somebody else identified this other person that they think has that need. So don't post and then get lost, right? Post and follow. Make sure you're looking at those other comments. Just listed postcards. Holy heck. The easiest thing in the world. It is so valuable that there are companies that make sure that their agents send at least 50 postcards on every listing that they have. I mean, it's guaranteed. They make their agents do that. You know, if you're, especially if you're getting a listing in your farm area, in your geographical farm area, if you're not sending out postcards and calling and everything else, holy mackerel, why are you in the business? You know, the cost of sending, I mean, I'm even sending out postcards to junky homes that are bank owned. Right? I'm trying to choose my words nicely, right? That's why. And junky is a nice word, right? Make sure that you send out postcards. I mean, I had a house full of mold that I send postcards on, right? And you know, who knows? It's a picture from the outside of the home, right? But still, it was worth the while to at least throw the fishing line out there by sending out a postcard for, you know, $50, $65, whatever it was, to send out that and let people know, hey, I'm in the business. I sold this lousy house. I can sell yours, right? You know, so use those postcards and show yourself as an active agent. You know, it's amazing to me how many folks get a listing, put it in MLS, and then go on a vacation and spend the money that they're going to be getting when it sells, right? And are upside down from the get-go. You've got to use but raise your hands. How many of you like cold calling? Raise your hand. No one likes it. I don't like it, right? I don't like cold calling, right? This, once you have a piece of property, of marketing material, market the hell out of it so that you don't have to cold call, but you're informing everybody what's going on in their neighborhood. Huge difference, right? Hey, are you looking to buy or sell a home? Oh, okay, buy. Okay, versus, hey, we just listed a home in your neighborhood, and you know, I'd love to let you know about it. And by the way, on the closing sentence, if you're thinking about buying or selling your home, I'd love to let you know what your house is worth, because values have changed dramatically. Now you see the difference between that one and the cold read I did earlier, you know, because it's been internalized. So internalize it, do it. Another complaint. I don't have any business. I don't know how to get business. Open houses get business if they're done correctly, right? If you're not holding an open house for your own listings, you either have way too much business or be out of business, right? So make sure that you hold an effective open house. I know a bunch of people call it a bunch of different stuff, but with that comes knocking on doors, sending out, dropping off flyers, making those calls, inviting the neighbors to their own private viewing of the home before all the looky-loos come in, right? Make them feel good about the fact that you're going to provide them that, because let's face it, if someone's thinking about selling their home and you're doing all this stuff in the neighborhood, who do you think they're going to call? You're an active real estate agent. The other person may have a billboard on the side of the freeway, but you're actively doing it, right? So make sure that you do everything you can to be that active agent in that area. Again, I talked about door knocking, an invitation to the open house, circle prospecting, phone calls about that open house, and another quick script for this is Tom Blanchard with Signature Real Estate Group. We just listed your neighbor's home at something Elm Street. And we are hosting an open house this Saturday from 11 to 1. We anticipate a huge turnout. So we wanted to let the neighbors know that we will be at the home at 10 a.m., an hour early, in case any of the neighbors want to come by and view the property without having all the looky-loos around. Okay? Inviting them, people are going to show up because they want to see their neighbor's home. Let's face it, there are so many nosy neighbors out there, and we do such a good job of driving into the garage and closing the garage door before we can get out of the house so we don't have to talk to anybody. So open it up for them, let them have the ability to do and see, visit you, visit the house, build some rapport, and holy shit, be a real estate agent that helps people out. Now, never let a good possible video go to waste, right? Let's video some behind the scenes of the open house you're doing to post on social media, right? Have somebody there with you and shoot some video that shows you opening up the window shades, closing the doors, turning on the lights, some of the stuff that you're getting ready for this huge, fantastic open house that you're having at so-and-so time and da-da-da-da, and put it on social media, right? You need to let those folks out there in la-la land of social media know that you're doing the work, right? And that you're active in this business. All right, and I talked about a few things like the videoing about the prep, video yourself putting up the signs for the open house, video about preparing the house, showing a full house during the open house, right? If you get a house full of people, that's marketing gold. Make sure that you're videotaping everybody walking through the house and tell them how active this open house was. Even if you bring a bunch of friends out of nowhere to come and do it, have that look and feel of that production, because let's face it, they believe what they see in social media, and 90% of it's bullshit, but the other 10% is real. So get out there and do what you need to do to become that active agent. Again, some short form videos and reels for TikTok. I'm going to talk about this in one of my nuggets, but I can tell you that TikTok is probably a better return on your money and time than cold calling. Let that sink in. I'm telling you that putting stuff on TikTok is better return on your time, effort, and energy than cold calling. Okay? I didn't believe it, and I had to research it, and I'm like going, holy shit, with the reach that you have on TikTok is so much wider than you'll ever have being able to cold call. Not saying that cold calling isn't necessary, because there still are certain age groups that don't watch TikTok like me, right? That's why I couldn't believe it. But for you younger folks, and watch the nugget that's coming out, it talks about that. Now, everybody's seen the very big fad about unboxing stuff that they get from Amazon, right? They come with a little box, they scamper over the table, and they open it up, and they pull out something and talk about it, right? So imagine this, you're doing that same beginning part of unboxing something that you just got brand new, just on the market, and you go to unbox something and the camera zooms in and it cuts to you walking them through the open house or through the house and the property, because that's what you just opened up in the box, right? Sounds gimmicky, but I guarantee you'll get some hits because people see those things and they go, oh, what did they get? What did they get? Because we all love to open the damn boxes at Amazon and they come to the porch. Who, when they get a box from Amazon, just lets it sit there? I didn't think so, right? You got to take it and open it up, bring it to the kitchen table and open it up, right? So those people that are being voyeuristic on Facebook or Instagram or TikTok, if you do that same opening, they're going to stop and they're going to see and wait until at least what you opened up in that box. So, use that. All right. Who uses Facebook's buy, sell, or trade? Who puts their properties on there? Thank you. Thank you. Look, people are on there actually looking for stuff to buy. Looking for stuff to buy or trade on Facebook, right? And they're probably looking for a home, right? Because they feel that they can look anonymously and not be bothered, right? That's why some of the other websites out there are so fantastic until they identify themselves and get the phone call from some agent. So make sure you're posting your stuff on the Facebook buy, sell, and trade groups because it is important. Right? Yes.
The other thing I do is I belong to, a lot of us belong to a variety of California real estate sites. I always post my listings or my posts on their,
Right.
on their Facebook.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah. Thank you.
There's probably 8 or 9.
Thank you, Ellie. I know.
Anytime.
See, that's 24, and that screws me up for my 23 for 23. Right? All right. Also, we got away from it during the great sales. How do I want to say this? Of 2021, right? When everything was selling like hotcakes, right? We got away from putting up signs, right? Because it would sell so quickly. You wanted to be cheap and not put a sign up, right? If you're not putting a sign up now, you're crazy, right? People drive around neighborhoods looking for freaking signs. They're the ones that can't afford to have a website or a computer to look on Zillow, but they're looking in a neighborhood because maybe they saw one on Zillow and they drove the neighborhood and they didn't see yours, but they see your sign. Goodness, you're missing potential business by not identifying your property that is for sale. So make sure that you put signs up. I know they get stolen. I've heard all the excuses. It costs too much money. One call and you take that call and sell them something else pays for a year's worth of signs being put up. I guarantee you. Okay? So put up signs. And again, I don't understand why I'm saying this, but as an old guy that's not a Gen Z or millennial, put a QR code on it. Apparently that's a big thing, right? Put a QR code on it so that people can, look at the information on the property, because if you haven't noticed, people don't get out of their cars as much anymore, and they're not going to jump out and look for a little box that has the flyers on it. They'll take their camera and snap the little QR code and go to a site, thereby identifying themselves, right, for you if you're using the correct QR code stuff. Because as soon as they do this and it comes on and they click on it, you've got it, right? You know who did it. So, right? So make sure that you put QR codes on there.
What are you, Tom?
Huh?
You're not millennial or?
I'm a tail end of the baby boomers. I'm at the age where they keep raising the retirement to where I'll never get it. Right? I'm on the tail end of trying to help out all those old folks. All right. Instagram story with a link to the property details. Look, short Instagram stories are apparently a big thing. I did not know that until they started doing them for me here at Signature. And, you know, I get it. I'm not that big of a social media person, but I've gone to enough classes and seminars and conferences to be told that this is what you need to do, right? I mean, I'm sure you use Instagram. Yeah. I see you do use Instagram for everything else. I mean, you should be using it for your real estate stuff too, right? Because that's how people talk, you know, and communicate nowadays. It's different, but not for me to say. Again, short form video stories of a specific room or amenity of a listing. If you've got a listing that's got a great backyard, do a short on that backyard, right? Talk about how great it would be to have a party with all your friends over in this great backyard, right? If it has a great, awesome kitchen, or I saw another agent yesterday post, right? Because I do look. He had a listing that had like a hidden entry to a downstairs movie room, and as you went down, it had Alice in the Looking Glass paintings and stuff as you walked down the stairs to the movie theater room. What a cool thing to highlight about your property. So if there's something that's there, for God's sakes, let everybody else know. Don't keep it to yourself. Share with the world.
I'll start tagging you in all my videos.
Don't be a secret
I'll
agent.
start tagging you in all my videos.
Please tag me in all my videos. You know, again, to belabor the subject is, you know, highlighting the kitchen, the big backyard. If it's during Christmas or the holidays, you know, how they decorate their Christmas tree or their Hanukkah.
Call it Hanukkah bush if you want.
I wasn't going to say Hanukkah candles, right? You know, have it. You know, identify the stuff that's in there that's cool about that house. Now, if you have a plain Jane house, you know, try to make something up.
The mailbox is right in front of the house.
Yes, right? Yeah, there you go. Look at this. This is something new that I haven't seen in years. Here, you don't have to walk to get to the mailbox because it's right out front your door, outside in front of your house. You know, so whatever it is, be entertaining, be funny about it, and let them know that this is a cool house and strike their interests. Okay. Now, I've talked about shorts, you know, short form videos. There's also a thing called long form videos where you probably need, you know, a videographer to walk through the place, and, you know, you're talking about it and making a commercial about the house. You know, it's another way of getting the information out about your house. And mind you, don't you think that your seller is going to think you did a hell of a good job? Don't you think that they're going to refer you about because of all the stuff that you did, or at least talk about, I can't believe they tracked in this whole video team. They've been taking all these videos. They've been sending us stuff out and making sure you're tagging them as well, right? So that they see it all. I mean, you're doing stuff to get business off of their stuff, and they just think you're doing a great job. You are, but, you know, don't be scared to market you as you're marketing their property, because that's what they hired you to do. Because if marketing was easy, they would have done it themselves. Okay?
How about this boxes? Some people put on their sign, the information boxes.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do that.
No, I just told you, if you were listening, two spots ago, we talked about QR codes on your sign that they, instead of the boxes,
No.
why not a QR code? So you're too old. Huh?
I rather than call me. That's the reason I stopped putting those papers in there, because they take them and go about their merry way. If there's no paper, you get a good chance to look at that number and call me right there, and ask a question.
No, they don't. They use it, they give it to the kid and he throws it as an airplane. But the QR code, as soon as they click on it, you have their information, right? So you now can call them and say, hey, you were out at da-da-da-da, and, went on and got information about the property. Did you get enough information about the property? Is there anything else that I can tell you about the property that you may be wondering about that wasn't on the informational website that you had made for them, right? So it puts you back in control, and it's no longer a passive marketing technique, but a more aggressive marketing technique, okay?
I like both, the flyers as well, because having a flyer box is not very expensive, and it's just like you door knocking, but they're coming to grab.
I get it.
The QR code too,
And how often do you go by there and refill?
all the time, because my listing,
And I can tell you
yeah.
that the majority of agents that put flyer boxes on their signs, fill it up once and forget it, right?
Yeah.
And people get pissed.
Give about 100 flyers to your seller.
Okay.
Yeah, I do it for you, yeah. But do all, and there's a number too you can text.
I'd rather be, again, an old baby boomer,
Do it all.
right? With trying to use this technology that's out there. I'd rather have control of knowing, it's just like Real Scout, right? If you're not using Real Scout and being able to capture the folks that are looking for properties, you're crazy, right? You're missing the boat, and you won't be in business very long because you're missing the opportunities. I mean, those are people that are saying, hey, I'm looking for a house. Nowhere else do you get that kind of information. Putting it on Zillow or Trulia or having it on Redfin, everybody else is getting that information but you. So take control of the data that's out there of people identifying themselves and saying, hey, I'm looking for a home in this area. All right. So you've done this great marketing. It's gone into pending. All right. Again, let people know. Now, I want to say this nicely. I don't think I can. Everybody, there's gonna be a lot of people that get mad about this one. So if you get mad, I apologize. But if you're just putting up the obligatory posting, oh, house under contract, and not having a call to action and not being able to sell yourself, you're missing it. Okay? Saying stuff like congratulations to the seller and thanking them for the opportunity to work with them, right? Making it about them and not that, oh shit, I just got some money in my bank account, right? Because it's now pending and I'm spending it, right? Again, you've got to market and make it look like it's about everybody else and that you're doing it for everybody else, because it is about everybody else, right? Make that post, make the house the hero, make the client the hero, are great ways to subtly and professionally share your success without being so obnoxious about it. Because if you're just posting it up there, sold another one, I got money in my bank account, you're missing the boat. Okay? So, another thing you can do, host a going away party for your sellers, right? Celebrate with them that the property is under contract. There will be people that your client will invite that you will never gotten the opportunity to meet, greet in a setting that they're receptive to meeting you, wanting to meet you, and having the seller say what a great job you've done. So don't you think that if there's a 1% chance of them thinking about doing something in the real estate market, that they may have you on their mind? What an easy thing to do. Now, you can take Brandon's Academy and call all the time and go a bunch of door knocking and stuff. It's a great thing to do. It's a way to to find gold out there and mine and prospect. But why not have other people prospect and mine for you and have them tell the other people that you are the great agent that you are? Huge flip of the script, right? All right.
I heard something years ago. I was in the insurance business. It applies to any sales. Everything works some of the time. Nothing works all the time.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, it's all an accumulative effect that doing these things makes you, one, look busy to everybody else. And let's face it. And if you remember when you were a starting out agent, you were looking for someone to give you the chance to do what you need to do and help them with their real estate sales. These activities may put you above, head and shoulders above the rest, and have other people saying how great you are. What a concept, right? All right, so if you don't send another pending postcard, right, you send it coming soon. Maybe you send it with your listing. You send it with it's pending, and you're going to do it again when it's sold, right? Those are 4 touches that you need to have to make yourself look good. Market the property while marketing yourself. All right. Again, wait, everybody, for Ellie's picture on Facebook. Come on, wave.
They suck.
Woo!
They shit. They suck. They will say, no, I just was taking a picture. I want to see the movement,
I've lost control. All right, so he sent up just sold postcards. Make sure that in your postcards that you're putting some kind of call to action. It says, like, for details on the unexpected ways we marketed this home to yield the highest price for the sellers with the least amount of hassles, give me a call, right? Stop sending stuff out that doesn't have a call to action. Because if it doesn't have a call to action, now granted, they may not get to read it before they toss it in the trash, but for those that take the time to read it because there's something in their mind that they want to know, right? Having that call to action gives them a click in there and ties your name to the real estate activity. Now, final and thing that we have right now for this 23 of marketing strategies. Apparently, it's a big deal to have reviews about you as a real estate agent. Now, I don't have any. Well, there's some negative ones out there. Forget about that part. Look, we are in the review world, right? If you don't have some form of being able to get a review testimonial of how you did, you're missing another boat because, for instance, last night, right? I ordered a pizza to be delivered.
I can't even give them 2.
Right? I know. So I ordered a pizza to be delivered, and I ordered it online, and lo and behold, at the very end, it says DoorDash will be delivering the pizza, right? And then I get a little notification that says, oh, your driver so-and-so is on his way to pick up your pizza. And then, oh, another notice. Oh, by the way, your driver's at the place picking up your pizza. Oh, by the way, your pizza's been delivered. Now, I have a Ring doorbell and a bunch of other cameras in front of my house. I haven't seen jack doodly, right? But I walk out to the front yard, opened my door, and lo and behold, no pizza, right? So I gave them a bad review because no one ever picked up the pizza. It was still at the pizza place. And then the pizza place said, well, if you want to come down and get your pizza, it's here. I was like, I would have ordered pickup, dude. That's okay, Bobby. Go ahead.
Why'd you give him a 2 then?
I was being nice.
Why?
Well, not only did I give him a 2, but I gave him a long, the whole story about it. Because I felt like writing to get out my frustrations. So reviews. Make sure that you get a review. Now, let's talk about this for a second. Pick your time for a review request, because don't be the agent that things have just gone sideways, right? And you ask for a review, because they'll give you one. It won't be one that you want. Make sure that you're asking for the review after you've done something above and beyond, right? During the course of every transaction, there's going to be something that they're going to get pissed off at you about, and there's going to be something that you've overcame and saved the deal about, right? It's just inherent. Make sure that you're asking for the review when you're the hero, not the zero. Okay? Because you'll get a 0 review when you pick that bad time. So make sure you pick the right time, for gosh sakes. Now, to give you a bonus, I want to give you 10 quick blog posts ideas. Because another thing that I hear a lot about is I don't know what to post. I don't know how to market myself. I don't know. I have no ideas. Well, number one, if you're not using ChatGPT or Jasper AI and asking that question, what kind of posts should I post as a real estate agent? You're missing the boat, right? It's probably the biggest cheat in the world, that you can go on to your computer and ask the computer, what should I be posting about? What should I be blogging about? What should I be doing as a real estate agent? Right? And it'll spit out the things that you've all heard here, but not believing it because it didn't come from a damn computer screen. Right? I'm serious. Okay, so here are the top 10 that I asked ChatGPT for and spit out in a couple minutes, about a minute, right? Number 1 blog post, 10 reasons to buy a home in Las Vegas this year, right? Simple, right? The top 5 neighborhoods in Las Vegas. Now, everybody's worried about fair housing and that kind of stuff. The computer said this was the best 5 places, right? Wasn't me. Because then you tile in and go, oh, ChatGPT, what are the 5 best neighborhoods in Las Vegas? And let it tell you, right? You're the source of the source. 5 tips for selling your Las Vegas home quickly. Now, we all know it's, listed under the market and it's going to sell quickly. But there are other things that you can add underneath that, but that's just a general idea. And these things you can cue in to Chat or Jasper, and it will spit out what you should say. All right. Number 4, the ultimate guide to buying a home in Las Vegas. Another great blog post. People will read this stuff, right? And you're becoming the real estate expert because you're putting this stuff out there for everybody to see. Another one. Why is Las Vegas the perfect place to retire? Now, y'all can probably answer that in your heads, but some of you are going, okay, maybe the cost of living, no state taxes, but we got fees up the yin yang, right? Abundance of entertainment options. Trust me, if you need the filler of this stuff, you put that question into ChatGPT or Jasper AI, it'll spit out a whole ton of stuff for The pros and cons of living in a gated community in Las Vegas. Right. There's somebody out there that's always more intelligent than you are, and right now ChatGPT is a lot more intelligent than I am. 10 questions to ask your Las Vegas realtor before hiring them. And if you haven't gone through to find out what those questions are, so that you know how to answer them when you're on a listing presentation, shame on you. Most people will cheat and only do 3, right? You've seen them. Oh, make sure you ask these 3 questions to your listing agent before you hire them. Well, you can get 10, all right, off of artificial intelligence. The future of the Las Vegas real estate market. Wouldn't you all like to be the person with the crystal ball and know what the artificial intelligence guy on the other side is saying about the Las Vegas market and what's going to happen to it? How to find the best deals on Las Vegas luxury homes. And on these blog posts, let me say this. If one of them doesn't say that they should call you about this stuff, you're missing the boat again. All right. And the top 5 things to consider when buying a vacation home in Las Vegas. Now, these are directed for different kinds of market areas that you want to do, whether it be luxury, whether it be vacation homes, whichever it is. But please, please, please post on social media, do your TikTok videos, make sure that you're out there making everyone know what kind of business that you're in. All right? That's all I got. Any questions? I'll give you 5 minutes back of your life. All right. Go forth and prosper. Have a great time. Thank you all on YouTube. Thank you all that are here. Have a great day.